What's going on, all my ladies, gentlemen, and everybody anywhere in between? Welcome to a brand new Yu-Gi-Oh! Series I'm calling Play It Right, wherein I take a Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck recommended by my friends, and hopefully in the future my comments section, and go online into a Yu-Gi-Oh! Simulator like EDO Pro or YGO Omega, and try and get a win, without any prior experience. Yep, could be a deck I already know, could be a deck I didn't even know existed. The video only ends once I've gotten a win. On today's video, one of my friends on Discord recommended that I play Speedroids. Speedroids are an anime deck that was introduced during Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5, and its corresponding era in the TCG, used by Yugo, one of the main characters in, well, Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5 the anime. To some TCG players though, Speedroids means something else entirely. Some Speedroids were used in some Phantom Knights and Burning Abyss decks, allowing them to spam out rank 3s faster than the eyes could see, allowing for a lot of crazy combos. And since 2017, Speedroid Terratop has been on the limited list. But that won't stop me from kicking this deck into high gear. Let's go! So before we get into any actual duels, I figured I'd give you guys a bit of a deck profile as well as running through some of my thought processes with this deck. First up, we've got two copies of Kashtira Unicorn, who is a wind monster, which means that it abides by the locks that our deck kind of faces. But it also is part of a 2 to 3 card combo that guarantees us Baron de Fleur, as well as a follow-up for next turn, which allows for some pretty fast OTKs. Next up, we've got two copies of Win the Wind Channeler, who allows us to search for basically any Speedroid in deck, since they're all low stat monsters. At the cost of another wind monster, of course. Next up, we've got Speedroid Double Yo-Yo, who is a crazy extender as well as a combo piece if we haven't already used our normal summon, or our additional normal summon off of High Speedroid Rubber Band Shooter, being able to summon another Speedroid monster from grave. Horse Stilts here can summon another Speedroid from hand, as well as Foolish One the following turn, and Fukimotoshi Piper looks at the top cards of our deck equal to the number of other wind monsters I control, adding one of those cards to the hand, the rest go to the bottom, as well as doing some level modulation. And the only archetypal card at 1 in this deck, Speedroid Terratop. As much as I wish it could come back to 3, I don't really think it's going to happen, considering the fact that it's a free special from hand if we control no monsters, and it can search another Speedroid card, which, I mean, while it is hard once per turn, it's still really, really good. Next up, we've got Speedroid Den Den Daiko Duke, for the sake of follow-up or extension. We've got 3 copies of Speedroid Card Turbo, who, as I said, is here for extension or part of the 1-card combo, or the 2 to 3 card combo with Kashtira Unicorn. We've then got Speedroid Ultra Hound, who is the starter for one of the 2 1-card combos that we have in deck, who can either send follow-up for the next turn, extension for this turn, or the more often card that would be being seen would be Speedroid Duplicate. We don't really care about its on-field effect, we care about the effect that activates Engrave that allows us to summon it as a wind monster. Next up, you've got 3 Speedroid Takatomborg, who is a key combo piece as well as really good follow-up for the next turn if we still have tuners left in deck. For if we control the wind monster, he gets to special summon himself from hand, he can tribute himself as well as special summoning a Speedroid tuner from deck. It does lock us into wind monsters though, but again, we don't care. Next up, we've got 3 Speedroid Marble Machine, the only pendulum in deck, and another 1-card combo into our regular standard combos, and the 1 of Speedroid Red-Eyed Dice. This guy, when he's normal or special summoned, can target a Speedroid I control, except itself, and declare level 1 from 6. That monster becomes that level until the end of the turn. And rounding out our monsters, we've got 3 copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. This is just the best and most generic hand trap to be running in this format. And the past like 17 formats as well. Starting off our spells, we have 3 copies of Triple Tactics Talent, a lot of people like to play during our turn during this format, Triple Tactics Talents allows us to kinda modulate that. Speedroid Scratch allows us to search for another Speedroid at the cost of a Speedroid from our hand. Speed Recovery is just sheer extension, allowing us to non-once per turn, by the way, target a Speedroid engrave and special summon it. We have one Called By for utility's sake, and one Kashtira Birth to be searched off Kashtira Unicorn. We've got 3 Infinite Impermanence starting out our trap cards. This is just, again, another really solid trap card. Being able to, while it is targeting, a negate's a negate, and it has definitely helped me win a lot of games both in real life and online in simulators in the past. And of course Speedroid Duplicate, who, as I said, if I control a level 2 or higher Speedroid monster, it can reduce its level and then summon the duplicate as a monster. Starting out our extra deck, we have a lot of one-ofs, including Crystal Clearwing Synchro Dragon, who's a spell negate, he becomes unaffected and gains attack. Baron de Fleur, who is easily one of the best extra deck monsters currently in the game and in our deck, being a negate for any card, as well as targeting destruction, which can help us slowly but surely start to pick apart our opponent's boards and set up for some crazy OTKs. Speaking of picking apart our opponent's boards, High Speedroid Kite Drake is a board nuke. It destroys every other card on field except for itself, or it can negate the effects of all face-up cards our opponent controls, which is bonkers. Next up, you've got 2 Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, who is a monster negate, as well as a attack gainer, a la Mech Knight Crusadia Abramax style of attack gaining, who, when he battles a level 5 or higher monster, during damage calculation, it gains attack equal to the current attack of the opponent's monster. Next up, you've got the based Clearwing Synchro Dragon, who is the original boss monster used by Yugo in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5 anime, who can negate a level 5 or higher monster effect on field, and it can also negate an effect that targets a level 5 or higher monster on field, and then it gains attack points as well, while it is only for that turn. Next up, you've got Clearwing Fast Dragon, who is primarily just here as another Synchro 7, but he has his more niche uses, also being a negate, and, you know, a pendulum monster that can do some pretty solid things. Next up, you've got Wind Pegasus Adagnister, whose only purpose here, in all honesty, is just to be another Synchro 7, I guess. Next up, you've got Adamancipator Risen Raptite, who solely serves the purpose of being a level 6 wind, who allows us to do some crazy searching off of High Speedroid Rubber Band Shooter. Next up, you've got High Speedroid Hagoida, who allows level modulation on our opponent's turn, which is honestly solid, or at least it was during Kashtira format, allowing us to stop our opponents from making their rank 7 Xyz plays, but right now, I don't know. Next up, we've got High Speedroid Chanbara, who can attack twice and gain attack. And rounding out our extra deck, we've got 2 copies of High Speedroid Cork Shooter, a key combo piece allowing us to revive the synchro materials that were used to summon it, and of course, High Speedroid Rubber Band Shooter, the best Link monster for synchros, I'm fairly confident, aside from, of course, Crystron Halkifibrax. But we're not going to talk about him. We're talking about High Speedroid Rubber Band Shooter, who can normal summon a wind monster, which is super great, as well as banishing a wind synchro from our extra, revealing 2 Speedroid monsters that match the levels, or add up to the levels, I should say. Our opponent picks one, and then we add that one to our hand. The other one is sent to the graveyard. For our side deck, we have 3 copies of Nibiru the Primal Being, 3 copies of Joel and Lockbird, Change of Heart, Heartbeat's Feather Duster, Dark Hole, Herald of the Abyss, Evenly Matched, and Dimensional Barrier, all as searchable targets off of Triple Tactics Thrust, who can also equalize out our opponent if they decide to start playing during our turn. So without further ado, here we go. Alright, here we go. Game 1. We've lost the RPS. So, here we go. Are we going first? It looks like our opponent is going first. We have opened a single form of interruption, but we did open triple tactics talent. So I have some confidence, but I don't know what my opponent's on. Ursardic? We're starting with Ursardic Departure, pitching Ursardic Mikbliss. I'm probably mispronouncing that, but, I don't know how to pronounce half the main deck guys' names. To add 2 Ursardics from deck to hand. So I didn't get to see what he was searching. Mikpolar and Miktonus. We're going Miktonus in hand. I think they all tribute. Yeah, they all tribute a guy to special from hand. Hopefully this can do something. I feel like we probably toggle off here because I don't know what the best cards in this deck are, honestly. So, yep, he's going Miktonus. I got the guy from Grave, and then he goes Mikpolar, contributing the same guy he contributed, or discard, I guess, for the departure. And then activating Mikpolar. So what does one do? Searches it for another Ursardic monster. I have slight amounts of concern. These guys, I think, reverse synchro. They have subtract levels instead of adding to synchro or something. But I don't know what does what for that. I don't know what the best card is. For the best card's imperm, I guess. I imagine it would be synchro 1. In fact. Normal summoning Deep Sea Diva. I have slight amounts of fear. What is this? Special summon banish cards on top of your opponent's. Whoa! He got rid of my red-eye dice. Are you kidding me? Double levels? Okay, so this is just... Wow. Okay, what are you making? Oh, so here's how you make the guy. Summon activate... Okay, so this activates the field spell. I know this era of cards really needs its field spell, so... I'm going to pray that that was enough. That's been impermed, good sir. I don't know why he's trying to activate the effect, but it's whatever. Maybe he's just trying to get more guys in Grave? I'm very upset that he banished my red-eyed dice, though, because that means that we can't do our conventional combos, and I need to pray that I draw into something useful. That is, as a matter of fact, something useful. I feel like starting with Ultra Hound here is probably the smart move. Oh, has our opponent done a small fuck-up? If he ashes this, I'm totally okay with that. So he did, as a matter of fact, not negate it, so we're just going to send Daiko Duke. What Synchro 6s do I have? It's literally just Raptite, right? Yeah. And then 6, 7, 8 Synchro 9s? I don't think I have any of those. 9... Yeah, no, I don't. Okay. So you probably just special. Can then proceed to go effect, tribute, to attempt to special from deck. He has something, but I don't know what. So we're going to go Modoshi Piper. We'll attempt the Piper. Reveal 1 card off the top. Hey, it's a scratch. That's like the best card in... Well, actually, not the best card in deck. It's the best searcher in deck. And then we can proceed to Synchro 7 to Clearwing. I don't have any... Actually, no, it's a lie. I can scratch, pitch. I've already normaled, so I need a special, which is literally nothing. I can probably just search more follow-up for next turn. And then, I guess... Yep, we're just gonna go... combat, I guess. Let me see that Nibiru. What do you got in hand? Nothing. Alright. I will... Let me see. Yeah, so nothing's stopping me from attacking these guys, so just... I'll attempt to punch the bear. Yep, that's all I got. So it's back to our opponent. And what is he cooking with? I do not know. So he's activating another Departure, which is fine. Pitching another Mega Polar, I think? Yeah. What are you searching for, pal? Oh, wait, what the hell? Ultimate Bright Knight or Sartron Alpha? I don't know what this guy does. It's an Ursardic Drytron. It's a mix of both. That's fun. If you control an Ursardic, you can special it from hand, then add an Ursardic or Drytron spell trap. This probably adds the field spell as well, right? So he's going to Megatonus in hand, but instead of tributing a monster, he can banish Departure from Grave to special it. That's a tuner. So now he gets to perform said backwards synchro. However, I'm not going to let him. I reckon we actually use the just negate a level 5 or higher effect here, not the targeting effect. So it's negate, destroy, we gain some attack until the end of the turn. Because he could make a big eye here, but I have a way to stop that, because it's targeting take. And I should be in the clear. Honestly, this was a very underwhelming game, and he scooped. Alright, we're all done. Our opponent, I'm assuming, is probably also elected to go first again. Yep, we have opened 2 forms of disruption this game. Let's go, baby. That's Pog. And now we play the waiting game. But not for long, apparently, because our opponent is going right into Departure, which we will immediately hit with an Ash Blossom. Does our opponent have a called by? What does he have in hand? Nothing. He's letting the Departure get ashed. Does he have a way to continue playing the video game? The hell? Ice Jade? Discard another Ice Jade or Water Monster, special it, then special an Ice Jade token. Tokens don't special launch from the extra water monsters. This? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. This is a Baron. This is aligned to Baron. Okay, I see what he's cooking here. He pitched Tremora, which is interesting, but makes sense. Here comes the Baron. That's not Baron de Fleur at all. Okay, how do we out this? Because I'm pretty sure our boy over here can't do anything else. Yeah. So he doesn't do it in draw phase. Which means we probably just do it now? So honestly, being able to destroy by card effect is fine. I just need to find a line to a guy. Yep, there it is. We all anticipated this. Vanishes it. It still gets negated, which is hilarious. We special summon Fenrir. We can go Fenrir effect. He can search Birth. I mean, honestly, yeah, we ball. We ball. We get to go Ultra Hound. We get to send a guy. If this gets negated, I may scream. That's great. We get to send Daiko Duke for follow-up. Get to Link 2. We have Birth. We get to Perfect. We get to Revive the Unicorn, which is always great. We get to Revenge Shooter. We get to Vanish. Player faster right here. We get to search for either a Terracock or a Yo-Yo. Let's choice with random. Yeah, it's random choice. Okay, and the other one. We get to Revenge Shooter, which we got hand, which is quite useful. Double Yo-Yo, get double Yo-Yo. Target Terracock, provide it. Effects, search for a guy. The Titan board. We're going to get to special Titan board, special Speedroid. Titan board treats itself, special Speedroid, tuner monster from deck. Come on. Some Red Dice. We're going to go Red Dice, target Terracock, get it 2. We're going to get to make Synchro 3 into Torture. Torture that gets to revive both of its monsters use Synchro material. Boom, and boom. We get to that, target Terracock, get to make it 4. Then get Synchro 5. We get Synchro 8, Crystal Link, this is Incon. We're also going to Daiko Duke, and he scooped. Well, that was a game. We won. And well, that's the video. We only needed one game, which honestly surprised me. To wrap things up, I'll give you guys a bit of a pros and cons list about what I think of the deck. First, the pros. This deck, other than being relatively consistent, even if you don't open up the full combo, you can always just kind of throw stuff together and at least end on 1 or 2 disrupts, not counting non-engine. Also, being able to use Kashtira Unicorn and being able to be searched by literally anything is absolutely crazy. And the cons. Like I said, this deck can be relatively inconsistent. While it does have so many 1-card combos, since it's a 41-card list, which honestly doesn't sound like much of a disadvantage, can be a bit of a downfall considering that there's only about 6 total actual starters and 5 ways to search it. So it can be pretty rough, but on the off chance that, you do open the combo, you can pop off to Kingdom Come. this deck also does 9 times out of 10 lose to a singular hand trap. So, yeah. Small yikes, but I feel like the pros in this case, while there are fewer, definitely outweigh the cons. Thank you guys for watching this video.